Howdy, folks. Welcome to session 7 of Changeling the Lost to Viva Lost Vegas. Uh, Before we get started, just a quick reminder that not only is there a sale going on at Indie Press Revolution, but there's also a sale going on Drive-Thru RPG for GM's Day. I'll link them both down here in the chat if you're interested in checking anything out. So, folks, today is July 10th, 2021, the date of the second new moon since the Motley escaped Arcadia. So, let's go around the table. What has everyone been doing in the previous 5 days since the last session?
All right. At the end of our last session, we just rescued Verona, the sister of Gleam Serpentine. Being that we were not the kind of people who wanted to lead Verona on, not knowing what had going on, get a nice betrayal in later when they found out all the events that led up to Gleam's death, we clarified everything that had gone on in excruciating detail, including our belief that the reason this all happened was because of the bookbinders. Verona was very upset but did not stab me in the face, which we're going to take as a victory for today. After that, I grabbed a bit of cash and went to the Goblin Market to purchase a thing called a winning ticket, which makes you very good at gambling. You just guess right on most things, and using my natural charm, the next day I went and gambled a bit with some fairy types and managed to get enough chips to free Mimsatch. We got that purchase made. The former owner basically told me he'd sold all of himself. From what I've been told, his seeming, his kith, his memories, his needle, Christ, what was that list? His thread, and all of those have to be picked up and brought back to him to get Mimsatch back to the way we met him. And hopefully in a bit better mood about us, since I'll have gone through a fair bit of effort to make that happen. Nobody has any idea who has any of it because it's been getting sold up and down the Goblin Market as a bit of a curiosity. And lastly, during our last session, we had overheard 1984 talking with a person named Gatsby about Cheval, the mirror-faced bookbinder that we'd run into. And we turned in a recording of him being discussed by fellow bookbinders in name and in detail as evidence for the trial that he'll be into. And that's what I've got so far.
All right, who wants to go next?
Okay, so Kenzie was real put off by the fact that Leo went down hard. So she went up to check on Leo in the hospital, thank him. She did make sure to take his bike into the shop because there was bound to be at least some damage for running headfirst into a huntsman. And I said hello to Clara. Clara says that Leo sustained a bunch of internal burns from the cold iron pellet. And he's not conscious right now and won't be able to do much for a couple of weeks. Clara doesn't seem angry at me. But she's not happy. Then I also went to check out what was going on in court and pick up some work for the winter court. The announcement of Leo's injury throughout court has not gone down well, because Summer normally spends the night of the hunt picking fights with Fey hunters and saving who they can. They're kind of at a loss of what to do as to whether they should go out like normal without the king's guidance or if they should hide. the freehold's kind of split, and Spring doesn't see a need to change the plans, which might be kind of sus. I don't know. Autumn is going to play even more cautiously than before, and weirdly, some winter courtiers have offered to assist summer court, which is really, really unusual because they hide. The freehold is also kind of split on their feelings about our motley right now and our role in Leo's injury. Some of them see what Leo did as like his duty, and others are blaming us for strategically weakening the freehold. Day 3, I went to grab some goblin fruits with Bob, my kitten. I put him in a little cat harness and we wandered through the hedge together for a little bit. And day 4 and 5, I went to check in with Lucerne and Will about the new moon. What exactly was expected of me on the hunt, etc. So
Okay. And Kit has been a bit busy. On the first day, I spent the day doing some mundane shopping, got some traps and some other stuff in preparation for the hunt, the night of the hunt. The second day, spent the time in the hedge, uh, basically corralling some hedge goblin cows called and to get going on the hedge beast ranch enterprise that Kit's been working on. The second day, or the third day rather, did some investigation into the cotton enterprises. Found out a lot of history on that, and found out that apparently my great granddaughter is being a little weird right now, asking a lot of strange questions and waving around some very old photos. And then on the fourth day, I went to the Goblin Market and picked up some goblin liquor, basically to help out with the night's hunt. And then on the last day, spent the day with Kurt, just trying to get some more information on what he knows about Will and Jack. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to make much headway on that, because he knows something, but he's not willing to divulge quite yet. So I need to do a bit of work to get him to open up to me.
Alrighty, that everything, everyone?
Yup.
All right. And I have been informed that Kinsey is missing a goblin fruit. Bear with me just a moment before we get started, and I'll get that for him.
So it looks like today we're going to be spending some time trying to make what we can right out of this, at least as much as they're willing to let a bunch of loose cannons do. So here's hoping it goes a little bit smoother. We've also spent a lot of time this week thinking about how to avoid having that sort of problem happen in the future. There's been a bit of over planning on this end. So hopefully you won't see so much of a show as there was last time we got into combat. Alrighty.
All right, Kinsey has gotten their goblin fruit, so let's get going. Tonight is July 10th, 2021. Kit has been called in for a meeting with the Autumn Queen, Agatha, at their Freehold stronghold. That is a trailer park called the Maycliff Mobile Home Parks. From outside, it doesn't look like much of anything. Big wire fence and rows of little trailers. Most of them are in surprisingly good shape compared to most other trailer parks you may have seen in your life. But looking at them with the eyes of a changeling, you can sense the smell of autumn and the aura of fear over everything. Kit was escorted to the office of the trailer park. So the other two, are you guys with Kit or is he alone?
I think Kit asked us to stay away from the meeting, and I think I'm probably going to be picking him up after a slightly extended shift over at the Red Room. I'm trying to impress the management over there.
All right, what about you, Kinsey?
I'm chilling in court trying to raise people's impression of me.
All righty. We'll come back to you in a moment then. Kit. The lobby of the trailer park is a small room. There's a handful of chairs, an IKEA desk where a secretary is supposed to sit, but right now it's vacant. You're the only person in here. The whole place is decorated for Halloween, which is odd. It's July. But by the looks of the decorations, it looks like they haven't come down in a good few years. There's some plastic pumpkins that have seen better days. And some orange and black paper streamers on the corners where the ceiling meets the walls. You're in that room for a good 20 minutes before you're called in. Agatha's office is almost completely dark. The windows have been boarded up. The only things that make lights is a wall full of CRT TVs, all tuned to a no channel, so they're all showing static. Every single one of them muted. It hurts your eyes to look at them too deeply. But when you come in, Agatha is sitting at her chair with her turned towards the wall of TVs, mesmerized by the static. Agatha is wearing her standard cloak and shawl and her messy brown hair is stuck into a bun. She's not wearing her normal hat or anything today.
Yep.
She doesn't make a move to turn or anything until after you've sat down. After a full minute of silence, she turns away from the TVs and turns to you. She steeples her fingers and looks over them. Kit Cotton, do you have any idea why I called you in for a meeting tonight of all nights?
No, I know exactly why. 'Cause I done fucked up.
You are at least aware. She leans in and says, "This is the autumn court. The way you feel that things doesn't matter here. We are not summer. What matters here is results. you have proven yourself capable of enacting great violence, but also capable of massive deficits in judgment. What am I to do with someone such as yourself, Mr. Cotton?
Give me a bit of time. Still adjusting, but I'll make it right, and this won't happen again.
She looks at you with a hint of amusement in her eyes. Time is a luxury we do not have, Mr. Cotton. The true Fae are always after us. You may have spent a long time in Arcadia, but we have all faced trials of some sort. I have a proposal for you.
Okay.
My nobles believe you to be a liability. I do not agree with them. While you've had some lapses in judgment, as you stated, you are fresh from Arcadia. And you are experiencing, she waves her hands around, problems adjusting. But I do not think you will be ceasing your violence anytime soon. Is that correct?
My goal is to be a whole lot more subtle about it. And my goal is to make I want to make anybody that is loyal to the good cousins scared to do anything. That's my goal. I want to be the finger of God, waiting to crush them like an ant. That's my goal.
And if I ordered you as your queen to stop your violence, would you?
I don't think I have very much in the way of any other skills.
She smiles faintly. From what I have seen of you, that is correct. And thus we come back to my proposal. Kit Cotton, if you can prove yourself worth my time, I will have you elevated to knighthood. As a Knight of Autumn, there would be certain responsibilities and certain privileges.
Mm-hmm.
My nobles will not be happy with this. So, in order to assuage their fears, you will be observed. She claps her hands, and after a moment, another woman walks in. This woman is wearing a denim jacket and matching blue jeans. But what you really notice about her is that her skin is made of patchwork cloth. When you look deeply in her eyes, you notice that instead of irises and pupils, she's got a button in there. Her hair is likewise made of yarn and tied into a ponytail. It's black. Agatha nods and says, I would like you to meet one of the knights. Her name is Kelly Crinoline. She serves as Lost Vegas's Jack Ketch, a hunter of fetches.
Interesting.
Kelly smiles and says, "Do you know what fetches are, Spreshfish?"
I believe I've been given an overview. Nothing in detail.
They're fake people that the true Fae sometimes leave behind if they feel like it's necessary to make sure no one notices when they've kidnapped someone. Agatha coughs and says, "Ms. Crinoline has proven her competence and her loyalty to the Freehold and to the Autumn Court. If you can satisfy Miss Crinoline that you are competent, then she will be able to vouch for you, as well as I, and you will be elevated to knighthood." Is that amenable, Mr. Cotton?
Sounds good to me.
Good. Agatha turns back to the walls of TVs and says, "Please, the both of you leave me. I have much to do tonight and much to see."
Right.
After you leave the office, Kelly walks in front of you and stares into your eyes with her button eyes and says, "We can do this one of two ways, Kit. You can come with me or I can come with you. Do you have plans tonight?"
Not that I'm aware of. I would need to speak to my motley to be able to say for sure, but
Well, my plans were simply uh, to help Summer clean up your guys' mess.
oh, okay.
So,
I thought
do you,
I thought you meant something a little more definitive than that. But yeah, that was my vague plans.
so how about I tag along with you and see what you and your Motley are up to tonight?
No, they should be by pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken.
In fact, a car pulls up to the trailer park, a familiar one borrowed from Kenzie. Behind the seat is a glass gentleman who seems quite pleased to see a smile on Kit's face. Didn't go as bad as we thought then, huh?
And I guess you could say I'm under performance review.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met.
Uh, Kelly steps forward, brushing a strand of yarn out of her eyes. "Kelly Crinoline, Jack Ketch of the Lost Vegas Freehold. I'm with you tonight."
Absolutely. Wonderful. Do you have a preference for seating? I'm happy to take you wherever you need to go.
"I'm going where he's going, and it doesn't matter where I sit. I'm comfortable anywhere." She just gets into the back seat.
All right. I guess we're driving over to court to pick up Kenzie then.
Yep.
So, speaking of Kenzie, what were you up to while all this was going on? You said you were at court?
So, yes, I am at court. However, you would expect me to be out in the courtroom, but I am in the Grimalkin break room.
Alrighty. During your time at court today, there has been a lot of nerves. heading into the Grimalkin break room was probably a good call. It looks like most of the summer court that usually participates on the night of the wild hunt will not be participating. Most of the lower ranking knights and courtiers are just straight up not going to do it. Only the high ranking summer nobles and the older knights are willing to go out, as well as a random assortment of some of the more violent members of the autumn, spring, and winter courts. It seems news has been making the rounds that a bookbinder lieutenant was found in both Royal Flush and Las Vegas, and no one knows who they are other than the names on their masks. Gatsby in 1984. And the panic has been palpable, as well as the paranoia. So what are you doing in the Grimalkin break room?
We're raving. I got a cat laser pointer thing that goes all around the ceiling, and we've got music playing.
Roll me a chance. No, don't roll me a chance die. In fact, roll me, let's see, manipulation plus socialize.
Two successes.
Well, that's a success. There's a good 24 Grimalkins in the room, way more than there usually is at any given time. The laser pointers are driving them crazy. Occasionally, one has to stop the chasing and bounding in order to set their suit right, smooth down their dress, fix their jumpsuit. After a while, Moggins comes by and gently thanks you for having fun with the Grimalkins, but also reminds you that they are at work and should probably be working. So around this time, you guys arrive.
I guess pretty reasonably where Kenzie's going to be after glancing over the courtroom, and head to go check the Grimalkin break room for Kenzie. Hey, Kenz.
Oh, hey, you guys ready?
Yeah, seems we got a ride along tonight. Did Lucerne tell you what we're supposed to do?
Oh,
Yeah, did we
I
receive
mean,
them? I
what?
was just gonna ask if we did get any kind of brief or anything like that from Lucerne.
Yeah, Lucerne says that we're basically, she's going to try and keep an eye on the main body of the hunt and suggest that we might want to keep an eye out for anybody being targeted.
All right.
Okay.
So, well, in that case, by the way, this is our, the Jack Ketch of the Freehold. Miss Crinoline, this is Kenzie. I'm sure you're aware of their reputation by now.
Jack Ketch, is that like a gambling thing?
They're a fetch hunter.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
And apparently they'll be looking over us for a little bit after our recent escapades.
Cool. I hold my hand up for a fist bump.
After several minutes, Kelly reaches out and reciprocates. Don't mind me too much, she says. I'm just here to make sure you people are as competent as you think you are.
All right. Well, perhaps you'd be willing to help me with what I had in mind for a game plan, given the guidance Lucerne has apparently given us. Our friend here has several roosts, maybe that would be the word, all over the city. with a pretty good viewpoint of a lot of the streets, and he's got some very impressive eyes. I was hoping we could find one of those that's somewhere we expect a bit of activity, and have him start looking for problems, and us being mobile in the vehicle, there to retrieve people and help get them somewhere safe.
Kelly nods and says, uh, that sounds like a decent plan so far.
Um, since since Kit's very mobile, we'll be able to move across the city as activity changes, but I figured starting from the roosts will give us a good place to start scoping out places. Would you mind texting Lucerne and see where the main body of the hunt is tonight, and we'll see if we can find somewhere on the outskirt of that?
Sure, I do so.
All right, now roll me a chance die, please.
One success.
Ta-da!
All right. After a few minutes, Lucerne replies that the Grim Hunter and his retinue of bookbinders are mostly active in the east of Las Vegas, near the Clark County wetlands in Whitney. She also texts back that she's going to be in the safe place for most of the night, and asks if you want Gus for backup to help you spot people.
Having an extra set of eyes out there would be very welcome.
Definitely.
She
Yes.
also texts back asking if you have any pencil and paper or maybe a whiteboard or something.
I, thinking ahead, actually have one of the waiter's notebooks with me, just because I figured we might need to start taking notes, especially after everything that's happened. So I flipped that out and set a pencil beside it.
All right. Elliot, roll me a chance die, please.
Absolutely. Natural 1. Starting us off strong.
All right, bear with me a moment.
So,
Sorry, just pulling up the ghostly influences.
oh, that's exciting. So, Kit.
Yeah.
So, if we see the huntsman,
Yeah. I got a plan.
I yes, but our first order of business is to get somewhere safe and make sure that all of us are together before we take him on. I don't want this to happen again. That's not
Yeah.
on you. I just want to make sure we've got a united front if he starts calling us down again.
Yeah.
We
The
almost lost you, and I couldn't bear that again.
yeah. When I get into my position, I'm gonna have some preparations.
Excellent. Just wanted to make sure I'd spoken about that before things got any more dangerous.
Yeah. And at at the very least, this should make it a little bit harder to spot me. And I show the silencer that I picked up
Oh,
at the very least.
you weren't kidding when you said literally everything is legal in Nevada, huh?
Yeah.
Go figure.
So after a several minute wait, you finally notice the pencil levitating above the notebook to write out hello.
Hey, Gus. Lovely to have you. Would you like to come with us in the vehicle, or would you like to hang out with our sniper?
After a few moments, another message is written on the notepad. Is there room?
Either place.
Okay.
So which one do you want to go with?
Car.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna head out to the car. Um, at this point, I politely ask Miss Crinoline if she would prefer to be up on the sniper's roost directly with her charge, or if they'd like to join us in the vehicle.
I
I'll
imagine
stick close to Kit.
That seems like a good idea, and it'll mean he's not getting left alone. So, Kit,
yes.
this is out of character knowledge I'm asking for here. Do you got a good roost up by that direction?
I don't know. Kenny, do I have a good roost up by that direction?
Let's see, this is the area that you were passing through when you were first attacked by the bespectacled gentleman.
So we
So,
absolutely do.
Yeah.
yeah, you've got the same apartment building.
Mhm. Okay. So this time when I set up, um, so not only do I have the sniper rifle, or the silencer for the sniper rifle, which makes it more difficult for the to spot where the shots were coming from. Um, but I also have um, some bear traps, caltrops, and a bit of rope on me. That Kit has already the rope Kit has already tied into a lasso,
Exciting.
and he's just carrying that on his hip like a cowboy.
So you got the whole top of the roof trapped around you.
Yes,
Exciting.
and also I have the trifle that I picked up. Let me jump over to that. I pointed, I believe. Hold on a sec. There's downtimes. Yeah, downtime. Trader's tequila. So basically, what this does is if I drink it, um, it leaves like a woody aftertaste in my mouth, and in the presence of an enemy who or anybody that truly means me harm, the flavor will turn sour. So I would have to I would have to spend a glamour point to basically activate it before I drink it.
All right. Gonna take a shot?
Yeah. So
I guess the first question is, while he's up on the roof with only Miss Crinoline up there with him, does it immediately go bad?
Yeah,
No, it does not.
well, that's a good sign.
So, Kelly and Kit are up on the roof of the apartment building from the area from which you had your run in with the bespectacled gentleman.
Mhm.
There's still some tire marks on the street from where you were doing that peel out after he stuck his cane in the car's axle. So Kit and Kelly are on the roof. Kenzie and Elliot, where are you at the moment?
I'm going to be doing a, a wide circle around the general vicinity of that building, like about a block out. Uh, just, so whenever he spots something, I can start heading in that direction. I'm driving because I'm way less useful in a fight, and it'll be a lot better if Kenzie is able to roll out, I think.
All right. Since you've set up intentionally in an area away from the main body of the wild hunt, uh, nothing happens for a good long while. The moon is high in the sky and it's late at night. So far, you've only seen a handful of mortals passing by on the street, the occasional car, and the most interesting thing of note, a handful of hobgoblins wearing bad human disguises heading down the street.
Las Vegas.
That is not a completely unusual disguise, considering how many hobgoblins leave the hedge to try out Las Vegas's delights for themselves. So I would like everybody to roll a chance die, please.
Alrighty.
Kenzie failed.
Success! Got an 8.
And I failed.
All right. And Elliot was the one who succeeded them?
I was.
All right. Elliot notes something in the shadows of an alleyway. He sees a furry shape standing on two legs, sniffing around. It looks like a briar wolf. Last time you were dealing with the wild hunt, the bookbinders had several of these with them. This one doesn't seem to be on the trail of anything at the time.
Gonna text up to Overwatch noting my position and pull the car over. Kenzie? We've got a dog. And it might just have human followers. Well, changeling. Gus, you mind taking a look over there? I had set Gus's notebook in the back seat, so I'm looking back at it as I get out.
After a few seconds, the pencil levitates and the word okay is written on it. All right.
I'm going to take the notebook and await Gus's return and confirmation from Overwatch.
Kenzie eats a pepper.
Of course they do.
The ogre pepper goblin fruit that you received?
Of course
yes,
they do.
indeed.
Kenzie is now immune to fear, and takes 2 die penalty on rolls to do sensible things in the face of reckless abandon. So nothing has changed really.
Currently, Kenzie also is slobbering frothy blood from her mouth, though she has taken no damage.
All right, Kenzie.
No, I mean that's literally part of the effect.
Oh, I know. That was elegant.
Yes, Kenzie's correct. That is a part of the effect of the ogre pepper. It is a goblin fruit that is extremely hot, and it does make the eater's mouth bleed.
So, eye in the sky.
After a few minutes, Gus comes back and writes on his notepad, "Solo."
Then the best thing we can do is get it off the streets.
Are we
Kenzie?
close enough for Kenzie to get out and run to it?
Yes, but Kit can also see it from the sniper's roost.
Hey,
Yeah,
buddy, you
so-
got a shot?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and line up a shot and see if I can take a couple turns to aim beforehand. So let's see here. Oh, that was did not what I meant to do. All right. Do I have the time to aim?
Right now, it seems to be sniffing around. It hasn't found anything as of yet.
Okay. So I would like to take 2 rounds to aim. Before I
Don't know.
Sorry, what's up?
Sorry.
What's up?
I don't know if we're going to be able to keep Kenzie back from the dog much longer.
Okay.
Take your rounds and then fire.
Yeah. All right.
All right. After you said 2 rounds?
Yes. I'm sorry.
After 2 rounds of waiting, you see through the scope of your gun the Briar Wolf pick up a scent. It turns towards the car. You see a smile on its strange little doggy face. Kelly leans in and says, "Okay." It sees them. "What are you going to do now, cowboy?"
I take my shot.
All right. That is 1 success, and this is a 4 damage rifle.
Yes.
That demands hydration.
So because I have this sniper rifle, it actually if I'm not mistaken, it removes 1 of the damage from it.
Yep, so you're down to 4 damage.
4 damage, but they also take a penalty to try and trace back where the shot came from. And I'll get you the exact penalty for that.
Alrighty. So it takes 5 lethal damage. The shot, this is water. The shot rings out through the alley. Thanks to the silencer, it is much less loud. The bullet goes directly through the Briar Wolf's leg, and it jumps back whimpering. It doesn't seem to be able to see where it came from.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Kenzie.
¿Qué pasó?
A shot just rang out. I think that's our time to move in.
I think so too.
Will you go give the dog a hug?
Kinsey, Elliot, and the Briarwolf rolls for initiative real quick.
30 seconds.
I'm sorry, was I on that list?
You just acted, so I'm just going to put you at the top of the action order. Technically, you're sniping from a rooftop across the way, so you're not actually at the scene.
Alrighty.
It makes sense. Okay, so the firearm suppressor, the reduce damage rating by 1 to the bullets due to the subsonic flight of the bullet, but increase the attack dice pool by 2
At short range.
at short range. Then it goes on to say muzzle flash is reduced dramatically with the suppressor, helping conceal the shooter's position. Characters trying to identify a suppress shot must roll wits plus firearm -2. Any character searching for the shooter using the gun's tells suffers a -2 penalty.
Crap, I screwed that one up. That was meant to be a 1. My apologies. Alright, so yeah, that was 14. 14.
Alrighty. So Kit goes at the top of the initiative, then the Briarwolf, Kinsey, and Elliot. So the Briarwolf, after getting hit, turns tail and begins to run. With a speed of 15, it can get 30 meters away in one turn. So, Kinsey, you're up next.
Kenzie, how's your athletics?
1.
Not ideal, but thrown weapons are athletics if you want to try and spear it on the way.
Kenny, I have Animal Ken.
Yes.
Can I try to call it back to me? With a chunk of meat?
Do you have any meat?
I would pay 3 beats to say that there's a butcher right here with a breakable window.
That's not how that works, but if you give me a chance die roll, we can see.
Okay.
Please do not bribe the GM with XP. We need that XP.
And I can't do anything with your XP.
You could give it back to me.
I could use it on the bad guys.
Oh, let's not. I got a success on that chance die, though.
Well, congratulations. There is a nearby butcher.
So I grab some meat, I throw money on the counter, and I whistle out for the dog and say, "Here, doggy, 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 doggy."
That'll be presence or manipulation plus animal kin.
Excellent.
And let's take a look at bonuses. Let's give this meat a +3 equipment bonus. And since this animal is not completely stupid, a -2 penalty from its composure.
Okay, so +3 -2.
So plus
Mhm,
1.
So +1.
Nicely
And I
done.
used a willpower.
All right, that's a success. Kinsey smashes the window of the butcher's and leaves some money and grabs a big hunk of meat. She whistles down the alley and calls out to the briar wolf, which is running away. Its ears perk up and it hesitates for just a moment in its run. It seems to be thinking about something, but then it turns back around and starts running towards you. Elliot, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I am less equipped to do a bunch of damage here, but yeah. All right. Um, so I don't think this is probably the most ideal weapon in the world, but in my hands, it's the most reliable one I got. I picked up one of the empties from work as I was leaving. A very sensible thing for me to do. And we've got a big old wolf running towards us. I'm gonna hawk it at its face.
All right, simply a thrown attack, or are you going to be using your seeming blessing?
The seeming blessing isn't actually going to help here because I want to be using my Dex plus Athletics. It turns out that being good at running away also makes you good at thrown weapons. So here's what we're going to go for. And I figure a big old face full of broken glass isn't going to leave him super happy.
All right, let's consider this an improvised weapon with a rating of 0 lethal.
Alrighty. So, with that in mind, let's see if we can't do something to participate in a fight for once. Alright, so that's 6 dice. 2 successes, so 2 lethal?
Yep, that does 2 lethal damage. It has now taken 7 lethal damage. Kit, you're back at the top of the action order. Kelly chuckles deep back in her throat. First thing here, Kit, you didn't get it in one shot. Second thing here, Kit, I'm not sure whether your shadowy friend there is a genius or an idiot for calling it back. So what are you doing next?
So I line up a shot, and so I'm going to do a cold shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and shoot it in the leg to see if we can give it the was it the leg racked condition? I forget.
So, even if we don't take it out, won't be going anywhere.
Yeah. So we can at least contain the situation a little bit. Okay. Now, if I scroll down here.
All right.
Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, that is a -2 to hit, correct?
I'm taking a look. What page are you on?
So I'm on the page for the marksman, but let me jump over.
Marksman. I wasn't looking at that. I was simply looking at ranged violence. So you're using the marksman merit?
Yes, marksmanship. Yeah. Basically, I want to trade damage for precision. So negating the penalties.
So,
All right. So are you using the precision shot 2-dot ability?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. You may reduce your weapon's damage rating 1-for-1 to ignore penalties for shooting a specified target.
Right.
For example, if a character is using a sniper rifle and attacking an arm, which is -2 to hit, you could choose to use 3 damage for -1 or 2 damage to eliminate the penalty entirely. Okay, so you're going to be eliminating that -2 and attempting to give it a leg rack tilt.
Yes.
All right, then make your roll, please.
Okay. That is going to be 3 successes.
Okay, the broader wolf takes 5 lethal damage. It falls down, its leg having been entirely blasted off, and quickly bleeds to death.
Okay.
The dead briar wolf is lying in a puddle of blood a couple of feet away from you. Kit had great timing. So, with it lying still in front of you, you have time to notice that it has a satchel slung over its back. It doesn't look like it was supposed to be accessible to the briar wolf. Possibly it was used to carry things between areas.
I have gloves on, and I would like to reach into the pouch.
All righty. So, Kit, can you roll me a chance die right now, please?
Yep. Give me a sec. Nope. That's a failure.
Man, dice are whatever the opposite of hot is tonight.
That would be cold. Cold is the opposite of hot.
I'm
Oh.
seeing like all the way on the other side.
All right. So Kinsey pulls out a note. Flipping it open, it reads 1984. Our Lord's greatest treasure is sitting on a rooftop taking out bookbinders. Retrieve her now before the prince beats you to it. Then it's signed GG.
Hold on, out of character. Are you sitting on a fucking rooftop with 1984 right now?
No, our Lord's greatest treasure is sitting on a rooftop taking out bookbinders.
Yeah. And who swapped out their boxing skills for firearms?
All right, I'm gonna flip open my phone and text Clara. Where are you precisely?
Do you let me know about this?
You are the second person to know. The first person to know is me texting Clara.
I also text Clara and say, someone knows where you are.
All right. Elliot receives a text back, and it just says, in the hospital with Leo. After a few minutes, Kinsey gets a text back, and it is simply the thumbs up emoji.
So, question for y'all.
Can
Actually,
we get that note in writing, Kenny?
You want it in writing?
Yeah, sorry. I think my brain is not parsing something.
All right.
I'm gonna flip open my phone and call Kit and get him on speaker with Miss Crinoline.
Yeah. All right. So all right. What was in the bag?
All right, so we've got a note here that says the gentleman we met last night is going after the Lord's greatest treasure, who's sitting on a rooftop shooting bookbinders. $50, you can guess which that one is. Miss Crinoline, I'm under the understanding that something bad happening to the royal family is the reason why we're on everybody's shit list. I know that rash action being taken is not the best idea here, but I'm pretty sure that following up on this is very important. Would you allow us to go investigate where that wolf was heading back to find the source of this problem and maybe do a rescue mission?
Kelly grins and looks Kit in the eye. Then she leans down towards the phone and says, "My job isn't to set the agenda here. My job is to watch you."
All right.
Well,
All right. So
could we ask your advice then? Would that be a prudent course of action?
She laughs in her throat and says, "No comment."
All right.
Can you see anyone else on a rooftop from where you are, Kit?
Yeah. So
we saw
right,
the direction the Briar Wolf was running back to. He was clearly heading back to where he came after he got shot.
By the way, thank you, chat, for the bits.
Thank you so much for the bits.
Oh, I just noticed. Thank you very much for the bits and the cheering, Void. I appreciate it greatly. And so does Onyx Path Publishing. So.
All right. So, all right, guys. What I'd like you guys to do is see if you guys can do some backtracking on the wolf. I'm gonna stay up here for a little bit, see if I can spot anybody else up in a roost.
All right. Hey, you got better survival than 1 dot, Kenzie.
Yes.
All right. Then I'm probably going to be helping you with a interwits plus survival, trying to find the tracks this thing made.
I can do wits plus survival. I take the stake with me, by the way.
Well, it never got to it, so sure, that sounds like a good idea.
I just kind of bite into the corner and it's hanging out of my mouth while my hands are busy.
By the way, I look over to the notebook and say, "Thank you, Gus. We appreciate your assistance."
So do you want to roll to assist?
Yep, I'm doing that right now. So this is me trying to help with their tracking roll. So that's such a big egg die pool here. What? What? 3 successes with 4 dice. Okay, this is when I roll well. I had
4 successes.
All right, and I'm assuming you already took those 3 successes as your bonus?
Yes, it did.
Okay, good. So that's 4 successes to track. All right.
It's evening, correct?
It's in the middle of the night by this point. You've been sitting out here for an hour, for several hours.
You could say that I'm in shadow?
Absolutely, yes.
I do believe that would mean that 3 would be an exceptional success for my seeming bonus.
Okay, well, that does make it an exceptional success. Thank you for reminding me. With that being said, the Briar Wolf is difficult to track, but doable. There were traces of mud and old blood on its paws. So finding the path that it made isn't too difficult. The Briar Wolf came from an area a few miles north. You follow it as far as you can on foot, but it's definitely a place that you should drive to.
We drive.
They see me rolling.
All right. Kit, do you want to come with, or do you want to stay in this roost?
Um,
Do you have a roost closer to this place after you've scoped out for theirs?
yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
As I understand, you haven't upgraded the trod any further.
I haven't, but I have at least scouted the city out.
Okay, since you haven't updated the trod, but you have scouted, give me a chance die, please.
Nope. It's, no, no success.
Yeah, you don't have any in this location, at least none that you've pre-prepared.
Okay.
Alright. Gather up your stuff and we'll drive you up that way after you take a quick look to see if you can spot them from where you are.
Yeah. So yeah, I would like to try that. So a perception check, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 8. Okay. So wait, we're changelings. I don't have any clarity damage. Do I get a bonus to perception checks?
What's your clarity rating in general?
8.
Oh, so you do have high clarity. And that
Yeah.
would mean yes.
And that's a 3?
Give me a moment to check.
Um,
2 die bonus.
two die to two. All right.
Yep, that's the one. Sorry about that.
Page
No
104.
worries. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Holy
4
crap.
successes.
Nice.
That's a lot of 10s.
All right, so you're trying to find a roost in this area, correct?
To see if I'm trying to spot, see if there's anybody else that is up there trying to snipe and shoot and stuff. Yeah.
All right. The area that the Briarwolf's trail led to
Hmm.
is a golf club, Stallion Mountain Golf Club.
Hmm.
The area is fairly wide and open, with in the center an assortment of buildings and small streets for golf carts and such.
Yeah.
You can see up on the roof of the main building, which is 3 stories tall, the flash of a muzzle.
Onward and outward. Get downstairs.
Yeah.
The car is waiting for him at the door of the apartment building the moment he gets down.
I take the fire escape.
All right, back down on the streets. Are you heading out to the golf club that Kinsey found?
Looks like it.
We're headed towards that muzzle flash. Blah.
Yeah.
All right.
If nothing else, we can help.
Okay. Oh, we don't have someone in summer court, do we?
I mean, we need to make more friends. We really need to make more friends.
Gus, you with us?
After a few moments, the pencil levitates and writes out yes.
All right. Well, we've got a standard vehicle, so there should be room for all of you guys. two in the back, two in the front, and Gus in the center in the middle seat. So
Can we get Gus to tell Lucerne?
we can text Lucerne.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let Lucerne know, and see if we can get back up on this, because if this is high value target, so there's going to be a lot of people going after this.
I think she's at the main hub, which is a bad idea to pull her away from.
I would prefer she stay where she is.
She might actually already be there.
Okay, so
I think
we have 2 backup already. There's 5 people right now in our group. We should just go.
She's an observer.
If push comes to shove, I doubt she's going to sit there.
Let's not plan around her.
Okay, fine, but still, we need to go.
Yes, but on the way, we need to let more people know.
We don't have any more contacts.
Okay. Fine.
Like, Will knows where I am, I would assume, but we're heading to an area where someone is sniping bookbinders, and they said bookbinders plural, which means there's going to be a lot of activity there. So I have a feeling we're going to meet up with a fair few more.
We need to make more friends in the summer court.
Okay. Like I guess we just don't have any options here. Let's go.
All right. Luckily we've got Gus backing us up, and we can have him help us. After all, we saw how effective he can be the last time we had a new moon. So let's get going. I'm going to drive us that way.
All right.
And by the way, since I'm driving, I immediately lock the doors once everyone's inside.
It takes a good 15 minutes to get to the golf club. Once you're there, you can see pretty much what Kit was able to see through the scope. The golf club is a green area with lots of trees, lots of golf courses, and some buildings for the golf association, and one large building in the center, primarily where people hang out, buy stuff, etc. That's 3 stories tall. From here, it's not hard to miss the muzzle flash.
Is there a path of shadow up the side of the building?
It's the middle of the night. Yes.
Pretty sure we should be able to get up there pretty quickly. Or at least Kit can.
Kit, you said you had a rope, didn't you? You're muted.
Yes, and it's specifically tied into lasso as well.
Hey, mind passing that this way. There are windows on this building, right?
Yes.
All right. At the tallest set of windows, spending a glamour, a little hook juts out all of a sudden, somewhere very nice and easy to, I don't know, hang some rope off of if one were to make a toss.
Is that going to be able to hold my weight?
Fair enough. I don't know, man. I'm trying.
Are there any balconies?
Yes. This is one of those buildings that's got a lot of decorative balconies that's trying to look a little Victorian.
Okay. Do one of these balconies have a banister with like a knob on it?
Yes.
Okay. Can I try and lasso that?
Yes. Let's see here.
What's up? What's up, Lex?
I should be able to use my seeming blessing to transubstantiate into shadow and just scoot up the wall to tie it onto wherever you want.
We need to get the other end of the rope up there.
Yeah, so if you can get up there, I can toss the rope up to you.
Excellent.
All right.
So no one look at me, and I can zoot up there without paying glamour.
Okay.
Invisible boy syndrome.
All right.
All right. So after everyone turns away, Kenzie transubstantiates into a shadow and is able to take the rope up to the top of the building. If you want to climb your way up, that is a Dex plus Athletics roll, and the rope is a 1 dot piece of equipment, so that'll be a +1 bonus.
Alrighty. See if I can get up there.
Are you coming along, Elliot?
I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll that.
I'm actually pretty good at this. I succeed.
Thank you. So do I.
Does Miss Crinoline make it up with us?
I am rolling that. Yes.
She makes us look like idiots. That's all right. We all got up here.
All right. As the group arrives to the roof, they see sitting in her wheelchair and sniping to the south, Clara. She's wearing some hard-wearing jeans and a jacket, and has her hair tied into a ponytail with a baseball cap over it backwards. She doesn't seem to be noticing you. She's staring to the scope and occasionally pulling the trigger.
You know, sniper blindness has gotten an awful lot of people killed.
When she pulls the trigger, before she sights back in, I make our presence known.
How will you go about doing that?
Before we get too far into this, I'd like to state that after we got up here, Kit wound the rope back up.
Thank you. Good feeling.
I text her, "We're here."
And Kit, when that sent, Kit whistles.
I'm gonna start. Never mind. Let's finish this bit.
All right. Not Kinsey. Clara looks down at the phone and then turns around to look at you guys. She looks briefly surprised before smiling faintly and waving. Oh, hi, everybody.
Couldn't have the party without us, could you?
What a great view from the hospital room.
Well, Leo's asleep again. He woke up earlier today, but not for very long. And I figured since there's already enough people keeping guard at Tall Boy's clinic for him, that I would go do something more productive.
Gatsby knows where you are. Do you want to stay here with our sniper, or do you want us to help you move?
Yeah.
And here's where I ask. Do you want to try to convince her, or are you simply asking the question?
I was simply asking.
I'm pretty sure we're this place is going to be about as defensible as anywhere else around here. And we would basically end up somewhere like this. But honestly, Tibbs, this is your show.
All right. The others don't know we're here yet, yeah? All right. I got an idea. You seem to be holding your own with a sniper. We got a few people here to watch our backs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up. I'm gonna help out with the taking care of these people. But how I want to play this is I want us to stagger our shots. If we do this right, we should never fire at the same time. As far as they're concerned, there's only one of us. You dig? No, he doesn't say that, but do you understand?
Clara gives you an evil little smile and says, okay, thank you very much. All right, everyone roll wits plus perception, please.
Absolutely.
And if
Wits
you
plus perception, or did you mean the perception roll?
Oh, sorry, the perception roll is what I meant.
Gotcha. Thank you. So that's wits plus composure, everyone.
and if your clarity's high enough, you get a bonus.
Screwed that up. Rolling another 2 dice.
Yeah, I'd say that paid off.
So that's 3 successes for me.
How does
Holy
12 successes sound?
What the flux capacitors, Tibbs?
So, what is it like being a panopticon?
So, wow, that is quite possibly the best roll I've ever seen.
What's hilarious is it is almost precisely, the re-rolls almost match up with the original dice. It's 10 10 9 9 8 8 to 10 10 9 9 9 8.
So tell us, Kit, what do your elf eyes see?
And can I ask real quick where you got 8 again on this roll?
Trained observer.
Fair enough.
Also, I've been eating my carrots.
Motherfucker.
All right. So from the top of the golf club, here's what Kit sees through the scope of the rifle. On the grass below, there are 3 dead bodies. They're all in the familiar cloak of the binders. There are a handful more in the trees. They occasionally come out for a quick glance, but then go back behind cover. The most interesting thing that Kit can see is flying high above is what appears to be a vulture. And interestingly enough, there's something shining in its beak.
I call it down with the meat.
All right, Kenzie, roll me manipulation plus animal kin at a -5, please.
He's very high up. Can I I'm gonna have to sway this wildly. Can I pitch dexterity?
Yes, but also at the same time, are you going to tell Kenzie about the vulture kit? Because this is what you saw.
Unfortunately, making sure that my team is working with complete information does seem the prudent way to go.
So I'm going to try and talk my fellow team member to help me with the job that I have, which is going to be scattering these caltrops around whatever normal ways in are here. Kenzie, this bear trap is really heavy. Come on.
Kenzie?
Okay, the issue is both of these are intensely reckless. So Kenzie would, given the chance, try to put down a bear trap while enticing a vulture.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I'll help with the bear trap.
And this is probably the dumbest thing to say, but I'm going to make sure the doors to this balcony are locked. I feel like that's a very sensible thing to do.
Alrighty. That being said, just to make sure, as I understood it, you climbed up on the balcony and got on the roof, because I've been on the assumption that you're on the roof.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay, good. Because if we weren't on the roof here, then I would need to go back on quite a lot of what we just talked about.
Okay. Clarification question. Is there any way up to the roof? Other than what we did? Like, is there a way somebody in a wheelchair could get on this roof?
Yes, there is an elevator.
All right. I am going to go and walk into the elevator and pull the emergency stop while it's up at this floor.
Makes sense. And other than the elevator, there is a fire escape and just the normal set of stairs that you would use for maintenance.
Which now have caltrops and bear traps set out in front of them. We've got our own way down.
I believe you have one caltrop and one bear trap. Which one is going where?
Gonna do the caltrops at the top of the stairs and the bear trap by the fire escape, since I imagine that one's gonna make more noise. So that person will be in more of a hurry. Fire escapes are loud, man.
Okay. That being said, you hear a whistle and from the forest of the golf club, and a loud croak from above. From the tree line, a pack of 10 briar wolves emerge and start heading towards the golf club at high speed.
I'd like to activate and pay a glamour for Vigilance of Ares.
What does that do?
Changeling has sworn herself to Summer in its relentless battle against the Gentry. She expects violence at every turn, automatically detecting ambushes, hidden traps, and surprise attacks. She gains a bonus to initiative equal to her mantle rating.
Dang, that is a
Alrighty.
good contract.
So that being said, we should all probably roll initiative. So go ahead, everybody.
They see me rolling.
And I would like to mention that Vigilance of Ares is a summer court contract. While Kenzie is in the winter court, Kenzie has also spent quite a lot of XP on the summer court goodwill merit, and thus can buy their contracts.
Hoorah.
Kenzie is besties with all of summer.
15.
Alrighty. So we got 18, 21, and 15.
All right, bear with me a moment here.
think it's fair to say they know where we are. You guys mind a uproarious speech to help out once we get this going? I don't know what else I can be doing until they close a little more.
Yeah. Yeah, once things get a bit tighter, might not be a bad idea.
Oh, if everything goes to shit, leave the rope here, take up flight and take Clara with you.
Yeah.
The old two swallows method.
All right. So, Kinsey, what will you be doing right now?
Depends. Do I sense any surprise attacks or ambushes?
Not yet. So, what you can see right now is that the pack of Briar Wolves has made it most of the way across the golf course. They're about halfway through.
Hey, thank you, Oathbound, for the subscription. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a million. Sorry, I was typing that out.
Is there any loose bricks up here, a la Home Alone?
So you would like to chuck a loose brick at one of the Briar Wolves, is what I'm getting here, huh?
Yeah, it would. Or if there's paint buckets.
Yes, it looks like the maintenance staff has left an assortment of masonry and tools and a few buckets of paint up in one corner of the roof behind the elevator.
Of course they did.
Character, it's a mystery to everybody.
So, Kenzie, what are you doing?
I'm throwing a brick off the edge of the roof at the Briar Wolves.
Alrighty. They're pretty far away, so that'll be dexterity plus athletics and a -2. Brick's also pretty heavy, so let's say it's a 1 lethal improvised weapon.
Sorry, the appropriate post for this.
2 successes. Does that mean I hit 2 wolves?
No.
Damn.
Two wolves with 1 brick.
I just realized that I didn't roll for Clara's initiative, but that has been taken care of.
Thank you for clarifying.
Alrighty. So Kenzie hucks a brick off the rooftop. As heavy as it was, somehow it manages to fly its way over to one of the Briar Wolves and smack it straight in the head. One of them is now down from 9 to 7 lethal damage. Excuse me. It has taken 2 lethal damage. Well, 3 lethal damage. I apologize. I'm looking at 3 different character sheets right now.
Hoorah.
All right, next up, that'll be you, Kit.
So you know that thing where I inflicted leg rack on the dog?
Yep.
I'm gonna do that to the vulture's wing. So I'm going to trade points of damage to negate the penalty for a precision shot.
Alrighty.
So that is going to be Dex 3, 8. And this seems important, so I'm going to spend a willpower on it.
Since we're talking about the called shot to a wing of a vulture in the air, I'm going to increase the penalty to -3.
Okay. I will knock it down 3.
Alrighty.
Nice.
4 successes.
All right. So, Kit shoots the vulture in the wing.
So it now has the, I guess the wing racked condition or arm racked.
I'm just doing some calculations real quick.
Mhm.
So that is 4 lethal damage. The vulture takes a hit in the wing. From above, you can see it dive down and drop something. It then swoops away into the woods. All right. Elliot.
I am unfortunately gifted with being the least combat capable character and also at too much of a range for any of my usual tricks to be worth trying. So I'm going to stir everyone up with a bit of a speech here. Get everyone up and raring for the fight that's ahead. I'm going to try and inflict the inspired condition on everybody around me. So a small crowd of listeners is a -1. Would that work for you?
Yes.
Alrighty. So that's going to be presence plus persuasion, getting everybody hyped up and ready to fight.
Are you using a contract?
This is the inspiring merit, which I am currently in possession of.
Alrighty.
Okay. So that's gonna be 4 plus 4 is 8, -1. Come on. 3 successes, so that should be enough to get everyone the inspired condition. The inspiring condition is to kill some fucking bookbinders. Hope you all feeling excited. So that's...
Oh. All right. And Elliot, would you also roll me 1 chance die, please?
Absolutely. Seven. So close.
Alrighty. The pack of briar wolves is almost at the club. This will be the last round from which everyone will be able to snipe at them from the roofs. Do you have any other weapons with you, Kit?
That unfortunately I neglected to pick up.
I remember you saying you wanted to pick up a shotgun.
Right. Yeah.
I believe you can borrow those from Kurt without paying for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me. Yeah.
I'll pull up.
I'll pull up the stats for a basic shotgun.
Kenzie does have the silver blade token on her sheet now.
All right. So you did buy that then.
Yes.
All right. So the The wolves have gotten close, but they are not close enough to attack yet. That means it is Clara's turn.
Can I ask one question real quick?
Yep.
Which way up are they headed towards?
Bear with me just a moment. Sorry, Clara. You are apparently not a great sniper.
She's distracted by how cool we are. It's okay.
There's such thing as getting used to the skills you have. Hi, Kazi.
Oh. That being said, the Clara goes for the wounded Briar Wolf and hits it. It appears to be fairly grievously wounded now, but is alive. It is lagging far behind its packmates. The other Briar Wolves seem to be making a split, 5 of them going towards the fire escape, and 4 of them barreling for the front door.
Well, the front door is going to run into that staircase or the elevator. The elevator won't come, so I'm going to head over to the place we put the bear trap, which is the fire escape.
Okay, and I would like everyone to roll a perception at a -3.
Yeah, little commandant.
Does that include me?
You're part of everyone, I would assume.
Yeah, but I have Vigilance of Ares up.
Yes.
1 success.
Not everything is combat. Kinsey?
Tell that to my toothbrush.
Tibbs, are you going to let me out-success you at frickin' perception? You're muted.
Apparently.
One success.
All right. Elliot, Kinsey, and Kelly all hear a very slight sound of something hitting the corner of the roof.
I look.
I'm headed over there.
It looks like a shard of glass has fallen from the sky.
I look up.
I kick
This
it over
seems
the
to be-
side.
Elliot kicks it over the side. Kinsey looks up. This seems to be the area that the vulture was flying in before Kit shot it. So considering the number of rounds we went through, that was about 15 seconds ago. All right, Kinsey, it is your turn.
Was the thing already kicked over the side?
Elliot said he kicked it over the side, yes.
Is my sword glowing?
Not as of yet.
Okay, I run over to where the fire escape is, and I stand there and ready my action. Like I'm holding my action until they get up.
All right. Kit. Looking down, the wolves who attempted to, fire wolves who attempted to get in are still clawing their way through the doors.
Mhm.
There's also fire wolves coming up the fire escape. They are not within melee range yet. Would you like to use your shotgun or your sniper rifle, or would you like to do something else?
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one more shot with the sniper rifle and then switch over to the shotgun.
Alrighty. So what are you shooting at, my friend? There's the 4 wolves coming up the fire escape, the 5 wolves trying to make their way up to make their way through the door, and the 1 briar wolf who is heavily injured and limping their way towards the fire escape, but is far behind their brethren.
If I remember correctly, you said something about someone there's being someone in the trees.
Yeah, there's several bookbinders who are in the trees, but they are hiding. If you would like to try to shoot for them, they are not currently visible. They are fully concealed.
Okay.
So you'd be shooting randomly.
Okay. In that case, I think instead I'll switch to the shotgun and move over to the uh, uh, Elliot. Which one did you say that you were going to?
I was going to head over to the fire escape, but it looks like Kenzie's got that one, so I'll probably be heading to the other one. And I'll provide some nice cover for you while you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set up in position there.
Ready a shot for when they bust through the door?
Basically.
All right, so you're not going to shoot right now. You're going to ready your action as well.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's pulling an ambush tonight, it looks like. All right. Elliot, next action's yours.
I'm going to walk over as close to in front of Kit as I can be without obscuring his line of fire, and I'm going to pop a piece of glass into my mouth. Primal glory.
All right.
Would you walk over shards of broken glass to get to our shooter? Let's find out.
All right. The glass tastes pretty good to a glass elemental. The familiar shards of glass jut out of your body to form the armor, and you can see them weaving their way through the concrete of the roof like little miniature shark fins. All right. The briar wolves who are heading up the fire escape are here. There are 4 of them. One of them heads for. Well, you readied your actions, so you should act first. Kenzie and Kit, go ahead and take your actions, and then the briar wolves will do their thing.
Dexterity plus weaponry.
Yes, that's the sword, correct?
Yes.
Unless you have another melee weapon.
I also have brass knuckles, but currently I'm using the sword.
All right. Well, you can use either one there. Well, the brass knuckles would be brawl, and they have a defense of 6. So, all right. And is that after you subtracted 6 dice for their defense?
No, but can we subtract 6 of the dice that didn't work? I'll reroll. Give me a second.
I apologize.
Two successes.
All right. The sword rips into the chest of one of the briar wolves, doing 2 lethal damage. All right. Kit.
All right, let's see how this goes. Seven successes with a shotgun.
And what is the shotgun's damage rating?
I just had it. Shotgun. 3.
So that's 10?
All right, the
No.
second briar wolf to go up of the fire escape makes its way towards Kit. It rears up on its hind legs, extending its human-like forepaws towards Kit. You can see the edges of its doggy mouth turn up and smile just before its head is entirely obliterated. This briar wolf is dead.
What you say?
Let that be a lesson to you.
All right. One of the there are 3 surviving briar wolves. One goes towards Kit, one goes towards Kinsey, and one goes towards Elliot.
Who goes first?
Let's see. The one going towards Kit goes first.
And how close of attention is it paying to the area around it?
Not a lot. So that
Snap.
means it'll. What are you doing?
Well, I imagine it just set off the bear trap on the way.
Yep.
That is correct. There is a bear trap up there. So let's take a look real quick.
The bear
That will be.
Is on page 274 and does 3 lethal damage, ignoring 2 points of armor or durability.
Alrighty. See, there are 3 of them. Bear with me just a moment. I'm gonna do a private dice roll here to see which one it was. All right. One of the briar wolves that has not yet been injured steps in the bear trap. The bear trap snaps shut on its feet, and it takes 3 lethal damage.
And it can an attempt an escape action an escape as an instant action, but it does require strength plus stamina with the trap's dice bonus as a penalty.
And that's at number 2.
Yeah.
If it fails, it takes another point of lethal damage. Oh, wait.
All right.
Do these have opposable thumbs? I don't think they do.
They do not.
Cannot escape this way and must rip themselves free.
All right. So that one is going to be making its roll
Oh, that's
last.
mean. That's mean.
There's a reason we got this. We kept getting hit by dogs. Did you read the caltrops? The caltrops are pretty mean, too.
Yeah, let me take a look at those.
Same page, 274.
Yeah. Immediately after. There's just a small pointed bit. Moving caltrops causes 1 lethal damage. Caltrops ignore armor or just ignore armor or durability. Moving through requires a dex plus athletics roll. Character may only move half their speed rounded down while moving safely. Character may we don't care about that. Okay, yeah, that's kind of mean.
You told me to be prepared. I gave you some advice.
Yep.
All right. The briar wolf in the trap is able to rip itself free, dealing 1 lethal damage and removing its foot. It falls down and it remains down through the end of its turn. The other two Briar Wolves, one going for Elliot and one going for Kinsey. The caltrops were by the stairway, correct?
Which is where I'm hanging out.
All right. So let's deal with the one going towards that trap first. And how high is your weird, by the way?
Still at 1. Haven't been able to keep the money together to keep the XP together to buy up my second point, though I've been really trying.
All right. So I'm going to be making a dexterity plus athletics roll for the Briar Wolf trying to get to Elliot. That is the wrong place to do this.
Let's see here.
Bear with me. I accidentally rolled that in the wrong chat room.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
All right.
All right. It is able to slowly pick its way through the caltrops in order to get to Elliot. Doing so, it does take 1 lethal damage, but also has used its action to pick its way through, and it does not make it to Elliot before the end of its turn.
Cute.
The remaining one goes for Kinsey, and to my knowledge, there are no traps with Kinsey, correct?
Correct.
Oh, and I forgot, it will also take 1 lethal damage for your primal glory.
Thank you.
So the one that is going for Kinsey is going to rear back with its claws and attempt an attack. What's your defense, Lindsay? Kinsey?
Four, and I have 1 4 armor. Or 1 3 armor.
All right. All right. One thing that I do want to mention that Briar Wolf's claws are 2 lethal damage with armor piercing 2.
Okay.
Did I just take 7 damage?
Bear with me.
No, you took 5 damage because that's 3 successes.
Yes, since it has armor piercing 2 and your armor is only 1, you take a total of 5 lethal damage from the claws.
I'm about to Dio this motherfucker.
Wow.
Oh,
All right, it is Clara's turn. While Clara does not have another gun, she is the farthest away and doesn't need to look through the scope in order to attempt a shot. All right, the third wolf to go up the stairs has been caught off guard, and a sniper rifle bullet has passed directly through its head. It falls down dead.
nice. All right, let me see here.
So that was the one going for Elliot, I believe. All right, Kinsey, back to you.
I have brass knuckles. I'm gonna punch this stupid dog in its stupid nose.
Alrighty, the Briar Wolf has 6 defense and does not appear to have armor from what I am looking at. So, you know what to do. -6 penalty, please.
One
what's-
success.
and
That was
what's
with
the-
a willpower.
And what's the damage rating here?
0L.
Can I grapple him instead of damaging?
Yes, that is a thing you can do.
Excellent.
All right. You have established a grapple. We will be coming back to this momentarily because that is it for this turn of the grapple, as I understand it. Alrighty. Hit. Your turn.
Okay. Is there currently a enemy within line of sight and also not being grappled?
All right. Of the 4 wolves that made it up the fire escape, 2 are dead. One of them is currently being grappled by Kinsey, and the other is attempting to get up after having chewed its paw off to get out of the bear trap.
Okay. So Kinsey has that one under control. Well, the other one is missing a foot. And that's the last of the dogs, right? Or that's all the dogs, right?
The other ones are still busting down the other door.
Busting down the other door.
Over by where I am. They're going to be coming up through glass and caltrops to get to me, depending on how much of a hurry they're in.
Okay. And okay, so this was the one that he's at is like the official, like what normal people would use to get up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stairwell.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is, since we're outside, I'd like to get up on top of the stairwell and basically have my shotgun at the ready, pointing directly down. So when they get through, I just open fire.
Before you commit to this, I'm going to tell you outright that is not happening this round.
Ah.
Okay.
Would you mind blowing up the one in the trap then?
Actually, Kinsey has one grappled, right?
Yes.
I'm not going to shoot it. I have a rope on me. Does Kinsey have this handled?
Kenzie,
has
do you
this
want help?
handled.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Then I will take care of the dog that is missing the leg.
Alrighty. Roll your attack. It is currently prone, so I believe Well, it doesn't get its defense, but you're using a gun anyway, so it wouldn't get its defense either way.
Mhm. 3 successes, plus 3, 6.
All right. The dire wolf missing its paw is put down. It is dead.
Okay, and then I'll move to back up Elliot.
All right. Give us a perception roll again.
All right.
Ooh, thank you, Oathbound.
Yeah, thank you an awful lot. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the subs.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Special pleasure. 10. All right. Target reroll at 8. 1 success that time.
All right. What about Kinsey and Elliot?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what was I rolling?
Perception.
No penalty this time?
No.
All right, 1 success. I'm super good at this.
2 successes.
Red successes, blue successes.
The group hears the shattering of the door downstairs. At the same time, Elliot tastes a sour tang in his mouth, and Kinsey's sword lights up.
Elliot or Kit?
Kit is
Okay.
the one who has
Yeah.
The trader's tequila.
Okay.
Hey, I assume I can see a glowing green sword from across the roof. Hey, Clara, we got Mr. Rattles incoming, just so you know.
All right. Real question. Do we fight or do we run? Are we ready for this?
Clara, I think that we have just seen the ante raised substantially, and I think we need to move to a better firing position. You up for moving?
If you're asking me if I want to go, I don't want to go anywhere until every bookbinder, Briarwolf, and Rattlebones is dead.
Would you like to move to a firing position where they can't reach you?
What?
Didn't you tell me you could fly? Can't.
Hold on. Let me look up the phrasing on Talon and Wing, just to be sure.
Also, if you guys want to try to convince her to run away, that you can do that.
Oh, I absolutely am going to do that. I'm just making sure I remember this right, because this is an out of character trying to remember this.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, I can. So if I use Talon and Wing, I can gain the mode of transportation of a beast and increasing his speed by 10.
Wings are a mode of transportation of a beast. So, you ever seen a big old falcon carry somebody off?
And she's small anyway, right?
Yes, she specifically has the merit small framed.
Okay.
So, would you mind flying upwards and giving them a better sniping position?
Yeah, so I'm going to sling my shotgun and spend the glamour to grow wings and pick her up and fly out and like circle.
Can't hear you if you're talking, Lex.
I was just singing so long and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait to try and discuss this with her. I'm just doing this, and as we're going, like, okay, you should be relatively safe from here. Think you can still shoot?
Clara looks around in a blind panic and says, I hope so. I'll be honest, until I had bought these skills, I haven't picked up a gun in a very long time. So, back to the initiative order. Kinsey, you have a briar wolf grappled in your hands.
I do, and as per my Becquerel kiss, I'd like to stun him.
All right. As I understand that, let's see.
I pay 1 glamour to stun or poison, but I choose stun.
Loses their next action and halves their defense until they can next act.
Ooh.
All right. So, I doesn't say, but it sounds to me like since that's all you've already got it grappled, that inflicting that tilt would be a reflexive action. So it misses its action, and let's just say you have it grappled. So roll the grapple again just to see if you get an exceptional success and get to pick 2 things on the grapple list, or just 1. I'm going to count anything as a success, even if you get a failure.
Two successes.
All right, so that is a success. Your options, control weapon, which you currently do. Damage, disarm. It doesn't have a weapon unless you want to disarm yourself. Drop prone, hold, or restrain or take cover. Currently, it has the stun tilt.
Can I rip its teeth out for a control weapon?
No,
Okay, then I'd like to throw it off the roof.
that's not on the list, but it does make sense to me. So let's make that a resisted action. It's stunned, but it's not asleep or anything. So let's see. Give me your strength plus roll minus its stamina, which is, no, it's resolve, which is 3.
Two successes.
Well, that's enough. The briar wolf is tossed over the side, and it dies from the fall. You hear its bones crunch as it hits the pavement below. The briar wolves who had gone in have not yet made their way up here yet, but at this point, the injured briar wolf limps its way up the fire escape and onto the roof. Kit, it is your turn.
I'm continuing to circle with her in my arms. I'm not going to. What's up, Jeff?
I was gonna say, yeah, we need to wait until we see where Rattlebones is. Actually, could you look around for Rattlebones? You've got a good pan of vision, and there's windows.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I do a perception check?
Yes. And considering that you're having to look through windows, do that at a -2, please.
Nice too.
What do your hawk eyes see?
That's not right. I should have one more reroll. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, 3 successes.
Yeah, you don't get the re-roll for that last 8 was
The
The six.
one of
the the 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
So 3 successes is still a success. So looking down through the windows, you see the briar wolves moving as a pack. Leading them, you can see Rattlebones. The wooden puppet is wearing his normal blue jacket, and the golden eye made from his crown is glowing intensely red, so he is very easy to spot. He is carrying a sword in one hand and a crossbow in the other.
Okay.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position to be able to relay this to my party, but I do relay this to Clara.
He does also appear to be wearing chainmail under his jacket.
Yeah. So I will tell Clara all this.
And line up a shot for her.
Yeah. And try to maneuver in a position to give her the best advantage possible to take a shot on him.
Clara narrows her eyes. I lost 15 years to that traitorous asshole. I'm going to put this one through his other eye.
Take the rest. He took 15 from you. Take the rest of his.
So, Elliot, your turn.
I'm walking down to the bottom of the stairs, and I'm going to do everything within the power of me to keep the door wedged shut. I have in my possession as many glass bottles as I can justify to you. I'm going to try and barricade the door while these things are going to start feeling the appropriate effects of my meter-wide glass shards on the other side.
All right, so you're going to open the door and head down the stairs?
I thought they were on the other side of this door.
Yes, they are.
So I'm going to stand on my side of the door. The glass still goes out a meter. It never said I had to have eye contact with it.
That's true. I could have sworn that I heard you say you went down the stairs, and that's why I was confused.
I thought the door was on the bottom of the stairs, not the top of the stairs.
All right.
In which case, I stand by that door, and I'm going to try and reinforce the barricade with some glass that's obeying me as per that glamour I just spent. The longer they take to get through this door, the better. And the more damage they're going to take from my aura.
All right, that'll add 3 durability to the door, and we'll take an extra turn or so to get through it.
And hi, all the briar wolves chewing on the door. Enjoy your 1 lethal every time you do it.
So that being said, the injured briar wolf's turn comes up. It limps its way towards Elliot, and one of the shards of glass swimming through the concrete of the roof finishes it off. It is dead.
Hey, I got one!
Well done.
All
Elliot,
right.
mighty warrior.
everyone roll a chance die, please.
All right.
Failed.
Wow. Both me and Kenzie got successes.
Okay. Kelly looks around in amusement. After a moment of contemplation, she says, "The glass seems like a good idea. Here, let me help." She digs around in her pocket and pulls out a massive wad of yarn. She tosses it on the ground and snaps her fingers, and it weaves itself into a barricade over the glass.
That's so cool. Sorry, that was out of character, but like, that's so cool.
She's a cloth elemental.
Of course she is. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Around this time, you start to hear the howling and the first hits of the door from the Briar Wolves. Since they are attacking, they are all taking a lethal damage from Elliot's.
Wait. Our friend, you just said they were an elemental and they moved up next to me.
Oh, yes.
They're taking one from the glass and one from the cloth.
Oh, she has not used Primal Glory.
Oh, I misunderstood.
No, that was her seeming blessing.
Ah, sorry.
She's reinforcing the barricade, same as you did.
Gotcha. Sorry, I misunderstood.
But that is a good idea since we have some time. So you're going to have a number of rounds before they break through. With the double reinforcement and the glass, it's going to take 3 rounds. Do you guys want to do anything to prepare, or do you want to do anything in general? If you want to escape or anything like that, now is the time.
Kenzie? Could you bring that bear trap over here?
Kenzie picks up the bear trap that is almost as big as she is and carefully wades through everything, but still quickly because these won't harm me, and uses her entire body to prop open this bear trap and click it into place.
They're going to be pushing right through that door the moment it breaks through. They're going to have no chance to notice it in time.
You want I should hold it up above the door and drop it on Rattlebones when he comes through instead?
I think that's a hilarious joke, but I don't think we're going to be able to pull that one off.
Damn.
This is a big, heavy motherfucker.
Valid. We don't have an anvil.
Next time.
Kelly snaps her fingers, and you can feel the twist of the weird. The denim of her jacket and pants stiffens and takes on a metallic sheen as hundreds of sewing needles push their way through it.
Oh, that's mean.
This is a really bad time on the other side of this wall. These guys are getting shredded trying to get through this door.
Wisps of needle-like cloth also make their way through the concrete and likewise begin tearing at the briar wolves on the other side of the door. It's at this moment you hear a voice. "Hello, my sweetings," it says. "Very smart of you to use a trap like that. My wolves are not intelligent, but I am not going to walk into the range. But how long can you keep that up? I will get in."
Long enough. Tibbs, has Clara got that shot yet?
Kenny, you tell me.
Rattlebones is currently talking from the inside of the stairwell, not without shooting through the door.
Are there windows on the door?
I imagine this is an inside stairwell, but let's check something. States, be our guide. Yes.
So there was a line.
All right. Clara takes a shot. All right. You hear a bullet go through glass and shatter it. There is a cold wooden thunk. And you hear the voice on the other side of the area grunt. Oh, so this is how you wish to play it. All right.
Quiet, Splinter Dick.
I'll have you know that I've been improving myself continuously for the last 15 years.
Clearly didn't do much help.
One bullet will not be enough.
You know, it's funny. We've got a couple of them around.
To be fair, neither will one eye.
All right. Clara shouts back down from her perch. He disappeared into the glass shards.
All right, we don't know where he is anymore. Is the sword still lit up?
Yes.
I step away from the glass shards.
Jeff, you can control the glass, right?
Yeah, Window's going to heal itself rather neatly in about 30 seconds.
Since he stepped into the glass, I'm assuming he's going to have to come out of the glass. Can you move all the glass into a central location?
I'm just putting it back onto the door, and the thing directly in front of the door is a bear trap.
Right at this point, since it has been the 3 rounds, the doors shatter. The 5 briar wolves, all heavily wounded, limp their way out through the door and onto the roof. Top of the action order. Kinsey.
Who can I see?
You can see 5 briar wolves.
On the other side of the door or on this side of the door?
They have smashed open the door and the 2 barricades. They have not yet technically walked onto the roof, but they're definitely within your line of sight.
I've got the sword out. I'm just going to hit him with it.
All right. Remember, they have 6 defense.
I failed.
Would you like to use a willpower to reroll?
Yes, please. One success.
All right. So you slash at one of the briar wolves. The Briar Wolf is already heavily wounded, and this attack seems to have made matters worse. It growls at you and drops onto 4 legs, but is not dead. Kit, your turn.
Okay. So I'm still circling so I can't really attack here. Give me just a second. Let me see what options I have. What do you have in mind, Jeff?
We've got the place that they're going to be attacking from. Find a place you can shoot from, land, and take up roots.
Yeah.
There's other buildings around here. Surely one of them has a thing, and you've been checking out this area for the last 3 rounds.
I'll let you have the 3-round aim bonus.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll set Clara down and set up and get take the aim action.
I think he said.
Hmm?
I think he said he's going to count the what your circling has been aiming. I think that's what.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I misunderstood. Okay. Can I see? Oh no, he fucked off. I'm gonna aim for one of the Briar Wolves that is in the specifically in the doorway. See if I can make things a little more awkward for them.
All right. So the two of you land on one of the nearby buildings.
Mhm.
And side by side, you take up point. So if you want to fire at one of these Briar Wolves, you know the roll, and you get a +3 bonus for the aim action. Or did you want to do something else?
I actually had a question. Can I use my train observer to assist Clara in her shot?
Spotting?
Yeah.
I don't think it says it can do that. Sorry.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm going to go read the teamwork rules. But not today.
Okay. So 9 damage before any defenses or armor and stuff like that.
One of the other wounded Briar Wolves is blown to pieces. It is now very clearly dead.
Yep. I believe that is my turn.
All right, Elliot, your turn.
All right. All right. So, yeah. So I have a thing called Goblin Bounty, and it allows me to produce a couple of goblin fruit that I've been picking up casually throughout my adventures. I was wondering if I could have produced a lance beat, which is usable as a thrown weapon, which has a damage 2 and adds 3 dice to the attack roll.
That's a pretty common goblin fruit, yeah.
Alright, I pull one of those out of my pocket, and I'm going to throw it at one of these guys, because I need to do something here, and I'm feeling like most of what I'm doing is standing around and hoping to be bit by one of these things instead of one of my friends. Speaking of which, I'm going to move in front of our observer, whose name has just flown out of my head. Kelly? I want to say Kelly.
Yes.
to make sure that they try and bite me before them. Anyways, that's a Dex plus Athletics plus 3 roll, which is a pretty nice pool I've got. And, oh crap, I don't get to keep that one. I have to re-roll because they have defense. What's their defense again?
6.
Alright, still hits. So that's 3 damage.
And one of the other Briar Wolves falls down dead. A steel hard beat directly through its heart.
Wow, I gave it a beatdown.
3 Briar Wolves remain. It is now one of their turn. There's a bear trap on the floor, as well as caltrops. The first wolf through steps into the bear trap. That does 3 lethal damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Its leg is chopped off and it dies of blood loss. There are 2 left.
You thought I was crazy getting that bear trap, didn't you?
All right. In order to get through, the caltrops, they're going to need to make that dexterity plus athletics roll again.
Dexterous boys.
Not bad.
They both get through, but in order to do so safely, they are not able to take their action. They take a move at half speed and take 1 lethal damage apiece. At this point, the one because of your primal glory auras, the glass and needles take out one of the heavily injured Briar Wolves, leaving only one barely alive. It's on all 4s and panting. So, it's Claire's turn. And she pops up its head. The Briar Wolves are dead. At this moment, you hear a disembodied voice from nowhere. Good work going against taking out the Briar Wolves. What makes you think you can evade us forever, though?
Because I saw you go down to a bunch of freshly escaped changelings in the height of your power in your father's house. What hope do you have on ground I've prepared?
I mean, I was just going to say because you suck.
The summer bargain protects you, but it shall not always protect you. You shall see me again.
Good night.
Roll perception, please.
Yep. Any penalties?
No.
6 successes.
Holy shit. Pop Inspired, we're running out of time. You don't need to, but Pop Inspired, get your beat.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and do that. That's how much is that extra?
Nah, that's just making sure you get that exceptional success in your beat. I don't think we got time for anything else.
Sure.
All right. So, Kit, taking a look around from Overwatch, you notice that the figures in the trees are gone. Through the scope, you can see signs that indicate that they left during the battle. The sword goes out and the bitter taste in your mouth recedes.
I believe Claire's exact words is they weren't willing to leave until all the bookbinders here were gone. So let's leave.
Great. Clara is brought down off the roof of the building, cursing up a storm. That fucking rattlebones. If I get my hands on Oliver, I'm going to rip him into toothpicks.
We'll make it happen.
It's a tight fit, but everyone can manage to get back into the car. By now, it's around 5 a.m., and the sun will be rising soon. We do still have a little time. What do you want to do with your last few minutes session for the night?
Can we drive Gus over to where Lucerne is?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you for all your help today, Gus.
You guys arrived near the area of the hunt. They are gone by this point of the night, but you see Lucerne sitting in an alleyway. She does look a little worse for the wear, having a few wounds. Gus leaves a message on the notepad saying thank you for the ride, and Lucerne thanks you for bringing her friend back. Kit, can you roll me a chance die?
Yeah. No.
All right, so are you going to be dropping off Clara?
Yeah, probably should, yeah. I'm gonna take Claire back to the hospital since we know that is where a bunch of the summer court people are, and they can handle it from there.
All right. As you're helping Clara out of the car and back into her wheelchair, a big, broad ogre changeling comes over and says, hey, some girl left a message for a Kit Cotton. I think that's one of the Motley guys, the rabbit.
Yeah, that's me.
Clara nods and gestures over. Here you go. Have a good one. Oh, and the king says hi.
Tell him we said hi and thank you for his help.
Yeah.
The ogre takes the handles on Clara's wheelchair, despite her protests. As she curses at him, and he mutters, "The king's orders, man." They head back inside. So,
Can I ask one question since we had a long car ride with Clara on the way back?
mm-hmm.
Do you know a summer night with a bird for a face?
Bear with me a moment. A bird for a face or a bird face?
A bird
She had asked
face.
you.
My apologies. Big ol' beak thing.
There's no knights that look like birds, but we've got at least 4 in summer.
I'd love if you could make some introductions next time. Thank you.
All right. That having been said, everyone gets back in the car. Kit, you have your note. It is in an envelope.
Okay.
On the front is written, to Kit Cotton, in quotation marks.
I hand him my gloves.
I'll open it after putting the gloves on.
Uh, the note says, Kit, been trying to track you down. My my sources have led me to this area, and I was told that someone associate of yours was in this hospital. I can't find you. Whether you're the real Kit Cotton or not, you are a very difficult man to get a hold of. Please call me. There's a phone number left, and it is simply signed D.
Hey there, Delilah.
D.
Could that be the woman you've been researching?
Yeah, that sounds like yeah, it sounds like Delilah, my great granddaughter. Okay. Um, uh,
Sounds like you've got some phone calls to make.
yeah, I might have to do something. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with this in a bit.
All right. With that being said, let's close out here for the night. We're a little early, so let's take our time going over our aspirations, everybody. And
Awesome.
let's start with Kenzie.
So today, I do think I've taken a step towards convincing a cat to join Royal Flush.
Certainly.
I do not know if I've taken any steps towards becoming a winter knight.
Yeah, I don't think I can give you a step on that one.
I did save someone, namely Clara. I thanked Leo. And we did have the conversation with Clara about the summer courtier with the bird face. So I do believe I've stepped and cleared that one.
All righty. Thank you. Is that all?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Elliot?
Do some good today. I would argue I certainly have. I was hoping to be productive, and we've kept member royalty safe. We intercepted some messages, and we killed a shitload of briar wolves. I'm gonna call that good. Clarify things. The joke here was that I was going to go figure out what had happened after all of our adventures here and try and fix what had happened. And looks like we did that. We've got find out more about the bookbinders. We absolutely did. So much tonight. We've got a handwritten note from one of them. We've got an idea of how they're transmitting messages between each other. We know that they didn't want Rattlebones to find Clara, which is a wild fucking thing to find out. And, oh yeah, help Mimsatch pull himself together. I mean, he's no longer in someone else's possession, about to be going into a stew pot. Gonna say that's a good start.
That's a step, yep.
And become a major player in spring. I'm currently working on trying to impress my bosses over at the Red Room to get some authority there to, I don't know, throw a big old party and maybe get my hands on my own bar, both of which are important steps on this. Would that work for you?
You specifically mentioned working a long shift tonight, so I'll let it go. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. My first aspiration: find my kin. I think I made a beat towards that tonight.
Say so, yeah.
I'm still haven't made any progress on naming the horse. And let's see here. My third aspiration: find a solution to the huntsman. I think, yeah, I don't think I can really say I made progress on that one tonight either. Unless
I think we
you can't.
proved a couple of the ideas we had. After all, the
Yeah.
bear trap is clearly working.
That's a good point. Yeah, take a step on that one.
Okay. I didn't interact. I didn't interact with the kids, so teaching them to ride is hasn't been stepped. And lastly, I have proved myself to the freehold, and I think helping myself out or helping Claire out can make a step towards that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, that all of them?
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, thanks very much for watching tonight, everybody. I do want to remind everyone again about the sales on Indie Press Revolution and Drive Through RPG. Real great opportunity to get your hands on some books if you like what you've seen with Changeling. Also, we're getting through the month, so remember the Onyx Path game night on their Discord for more details. It's the last Friday of every month. I'll drop those links for the sales. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys come back and see us again next week. Thank you, and have a good night.